Right, here we go. There's the insulation tester. We always put it on 250 volts and power it up. I've got a nice little lead, or a lead, test lead that we use. I'm trying to be as quick as I can so I don't bore you to death. When you do insulation test, it's always best to do it before cleaning the body of the injector. You get a proper reading then. Press a button. Yeah, we've got 1 meg there. And another meg there. So that's doing insulation test from pin of the injector to body. So 1 meg is perfect, but if you free earth it, there you go, we see numbers. You shouldn't see any numbers basically. So that insulation test on the injector is very good. Right, okay. Right, the next will be pin to pin resistance. Right, I use another little lead there, that's a nice little lead as well. And we'll use the fluke. Oh yes, as well as when we do a resistance or any check, I always enter it onto the onto our test plan. So when the resistance is okay, I always put it on OK. Right, here we go. So we'll try. Right, actually, the resistance is the pin-to-pin resistance on that is really bad. So there's an open short on that injector. So I wouldn't even go any further with that. That's a fail. I wouldn't even test it on the test equipment because this probably would damage it. So I've got put that there. I've got another solenoid off here. This solenoid has been taken off because of fault. Looking at when it all settles down, because we're looking at kiloohms now, so it'll take a while to settle down. So 191, 198. It's settling down at about 198.7, maybe a little bit off that. So when it settles down, I'll put that on the test plan as well. And let's see. What we do now, we will have a look at microfarad. Now microfarad is the blue button. That's a capacity test. Yeah, microfarad on a Siemens, you should be looking at about 3.4 to 5 microfarads. Oh, no, 3 to 4.5 microfarads, sorry. Any more than that and it would fail. So the next thing we'll do, we'll use the new Bosch meter. Now the reason why we got the Bosch meter is we've had a couple of running faults where we'd find out a dead short, but sometimes when you get an intermittent fault on these, which can happen, it was very hard to detect off the vehicle. So this is what we do. We put that on like that, and then now what you should get about 100 volts, and you should get well, at least 170 kilovolts. So that one there would be a fail, but as you see in a minute, it will trigger, and the scope capture, we always look at the scope afterwards. You'll see the scope capture looks perfect, but that is a fail. So what we do now, I'll show you what a new one looks like. Okay, this is a new solenoid. onto 100 volts. Again. Okay, that's 107 volts and 198, and it's steady. So that is a perfect solenoid. So where before we used to fit that and think that the two tests that we did before was good enough for the injectors, well, with this new meter it isn't, and they do pick an intermittent fault. So what we'll do, we'll strip that injector. I will ultrasonic clean it. I will fit a new solenoid. Or saying that, it is worn as well. You can see that you cannot just fit the solenoid. What you got to do, you've got to calibrate it as well, so you don't get an overfueling. And what you do, you change. These are the shims at the top. You measure and change the shims, and they're just underneath the solenoid. Okay, so I'll do that, and then we'll just see it testing on the test bench. Okay.